Forewarn weather with cutting-edge technology for the most up-to-the-minute forecast in Southeast Michigan.
Well, the heat is on, folks. We are cranking up these temperatures today, and this isn't even the warmest day of the next 7, as we are putting a couple of 90s in that 7-day forecast. So right now, live look at Mount Clemens, where it looks like it's just maybe a little hazy out there, but we have the humidity on the rise, so it's going to feel a bit more muggy. 65 degrees over at Metro Airport, 62 in Howell. We have the same temperature in Pontiac and 66 down in Adrian, but calm wind across the board, and so that humidity will be on the rise along with the heat. 86 is the afternoon high. Now, I can't rule out a little bubble up, pop up shower this afternoon, kind of like those Florida bubble up showers that you get. But most of us are going to remain dry with a mix of sun and clouds. But it's just worth mentioning enough instability to create that little tiny chance. So let's show you what we're talking about here. As I go throughout the day, you see some sunshine working in. And if you were able to just see that, because if you blinked, you missed it. But it was a little green dot that kind of popped up and went away. And that's what we're talking about as far as just that smidge of a chance. Close eye on tomorrow. So we have this warm front lifting through the region, and warm fronts, you never trust a warm front because that could create a couple stronger storms firing off. But right now, looks like that stays to our north for tomorrow morning with maybe a couple just isolated showers across the area. Now, once we get past the lunch hour, we're tracking a greater chance of stronger storms rolling through. Now, we have a few models, and they're not complete in agreement with the time frame. So I'm splitting the difference and kind of going in the middle of the road here with the cold front and the low pressure system, how that's tracking. I think about 4 or 5 o'clock, you start to see those storms pushing through just ahead of that cold front. However, we'll have some more rain filling in on the back edge of that pre-dawn on Thursday, but the severe threat will be done at that point. Now, this could be as early as just after the lunch hour and a little bit later into the dinner hour. As I mentioned, I split the difference and kind of staying on track with that 4 or 5 o'clock time frame. However, just plan for afternoon and late evening to bring the threat for severe weather, especially for folks in Howell, Ann Arbor, down towards Monroe under that level 3 enhanced risk, and most of southeastern Michigan in yellow under that slight risk. Damaging wind gusts will be the primary threat. We're talking winds greater than 70 miles per hour, large hail, so hail with a diameter of about 1 inch or more, and a few tornadoes could be possible with this system, and some localized flooding with the heavy downpours. Now, the threat lifts, and we will be drying things out for Juneteenth, so Thursday, 80 degrees, and then those temperatures on the rise, getting into the 90s next week, and we have yet to hit a 90-degree day, but we usually average 13 of them in a year. Earliest we've ever hit 90, May 5th, back in 1895, but our average is June 18th, so pretty much on par with the time frame of getting into those 90-degree days. Looking ahead, we warm up into the 90s, and we're planning for mid-90s on Fireworks Monday.
Now, Forewarn weather with Exact Track 4D.
I was looking ahead to
fireworks night.
The fireworks night. Yes, you're reading my mind. And it's like, you know, for many years, we're always worried, oh, we don't want rain, we don't want rain. It looks like there's no chance for rain in your long-term forecast, but it's going to be 95 degrees. Hot. And of course, the fireworks are at night after sunset, but a lot of people spend all day in their spots picnicking.
So you got to hydrate. You got to make sure you bring a lot of water. So
and those little pop-up tents just so you can get some shade. Find a good tree spot.
That's why I said, I mean, bring the umbrella, not to dodge the rain, but if you don't have one of those tents, you might want to just protect yourself from the sun as you're sitting down for a while. It's a little cook out there.
It makes a difference.
Yeah. Finally, the pool heater not working is not a problem.
That's right. Yeah. No problem at all.
Yeah, so it's going to be a toasty one, that's for sure. And so as we take a look at your weather headlines, it's a toasty Tuesday, not as warm as it'll be by next Tuesday as we're in the 90s, but we are warming up in the 80s. Humidity will be on the rise, and so that could lead to a pop-up chance this afternoon, but our best chance for showers and storms that could reach severe limits will be Wednesday afternoon into the evening. So tomorrow is where we have a very close eye on the potential for storm development. Let's start with the here and now before we dive into those details. So here's a live look at downtown Detroit from our Windsor Sky Cam. Looking across the river, and everything is calm. A little cloudy start out there, but we are on the mild side. So 67 degrees in the city, 62 in Ann Arbor, 65 in Pontiac, and Monroe at 68 with very light wind out there. It was pretty calm to start the early morning hours, but now we're looking at a light southeasterly wind at about 3 to 5 miles per hour. So your forecast for today, average high 80. We should be in the mid, if not upper 80s, forecasting 86 closer to Metro Airport for the high. Slight afternoon chance, but otherwise a mix of sun and clouds. So it would be a good pool day. If you don't have a pool, well, put the sprinkler out. Let the kids run through that. And your lawn will need it too. Now we'll get a dose of rain by tomorrow, but here's a look at the little kind of isolated speckles that we have by about 3 o'clock this afternoon. You blink, you miss it. Some of that moisture could just be in some clouds that roll through, but it's just worth mentioning. Now, we have warm front lifting across the region, and meteorologists will always say you never trust a warm front. That could lead to some stronger storms tomorrow morning, but as of right now, it looks like a scattered variety up towards the Saginaw Valley into the Thumb, dodging Metro Detroit. Has more of an easterly motion, slowly pushes north, but as a low pressure system with an attached cold front begins to cross the region, now we're talking about a better chance for strong to severe storms. So I've stopped the clock between 2 and 3 p.m. We're starting to see that push in towards Howell, and then we will have that draping the area between 4 and 5. This is the model that I'm going to call kind of the middle of the road with the timing, because we do have some discrepancies with our higher resolution models of when this pulls in, but I think this is likely the safer bet with the time frame of that cold front. And so afternoon, evening, in general is when we have that chance, but by the time we get to 9 o'clock, a few stray showers, but hopefully we're lifting the severe threat at that point. But we will have more light rain rolling in come tomorrow or Thursday morning before we start to dry things out. So tomorrow we do have that enhanced level 3 risk for Howell, Ann Arbor, Monroe, slight level 2 risk in yellow for the heart of the metro area, and then the Thumb under a marginal level 1 risk. Damaging winds the primary threat, but everything will be on the table, including hail and tornadoes. Now Thursday, quieter, 80. We dry out in the afternoon under partly cloudy skies, but check out this warm up into next week. By Saturday, we're looking at close to 90, but well into the 90s Sunday and beyond. And I'll tell you what, heat indices could be in the triple digits. We've yet to hit 90 this year. We likely will do it by the time we get in the weekend, and we typically hit 90 degrees 13 days in a year. Last year we had 14 90 plus days. Average first day to hit 90 here in Metro Detroit, June 18th, and the last one on average is around August 24th. So we'll have to see how that window shapes up with this year. Otherwise, official first day of summer will be the summer solstice on Friday, and on cue, we're heating things up. And as we mentioned, Ford fireworks right now sunny, but it's going to be hot with a high of 94.